wander through a foreign town. Strangely, there's nobody else around. So you open your trays and we're together on the swing set of the old playground. And when you go away, I still see you. The sunlight on your face in my rear view. Sunsetz, I wanna hear your voice. A love that nobody could destroy. Took photographs I pride against, but you got us that we both adored. And when you get away, I still see you. The sunlight on your face in my rear view. This always happened to me this way. Reoccurring visions of sleepy days. And when you go away, I still see you. The sunlight on your face in my rear view. And when you go away, I still see you. The sunlight on your face in my rear view. I know that I messed up when I told you I'm afraid of heights. It made you wanna test my courage. You made me climb a cliff at night. You wanted me to jump and I declined. You called me a coward, I replied. I don't wanna live forever, but I don't wanna die tonight. When the black water is up like a sugar cube in a teacup, I got the points you were making till you held my breath till you came up. There's been a lot of fires downtown on half-built construction sites. I know you never liked a townhouse. I've seen you climb a crane at night. And if they ever catch you at it, I know that you'd want me to be proud that you took a rich man's dreams and brought it with you on your way down. 'Cause one man's dream is another man's death. I remember when you told me that. Didn't know what to say, so I just laughed. And now I know it's not funny. I've never rode a motorcycle. I've never smoked a cigarette. I wanna live a vibrant life, but I wanna die a boring death. I know I was a disappointment. Know you wanted me to take a risk. Not everybody gets the chance to live a life that isn't dangerous. You called me a crybaby, but you were the one that got teary, telling me what you believe, how it's stuck in an entropy, how it
back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, I would love if you would subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, talk to me in the comments. You guys know the drill. If you guys want to shop my closet, you can always check that out as well. Also, I have been posting some original poetry over on my music Instagram. I looked at my channel and I haven't done a Beth's book club / what I've been reading in a year. So maybe this will be my annual thing. Every fall season, I'll do a Beth's book club. Comment down below of book suggestions for me when you kind of like get my style, and also like playlists, music, literally all of that. I'm popping in and breaking up this regularly scheduled programming with a video clip that has truly been thrown together at the last minute because I lost all the footage of me talking about the books, and this is a Beth's book club video. This is all I've been reading in the past 6 months. Let's get into it. Physical ones I have. I finished this literally last night. This is an urban legends book and conspiracy theories book. It's silly, but it was so entertaining. I knew half of these already. Super interesting though. I don't believe anything is real, everything is a lie. And also U2 at their concert at the Sphere had that on the screen in like big letters. It was like, everything you know is a lie. This book called Cutting Teeth. This is a fictional book, but it also kind of mixes in the real theory of why kids bite, like kids kindergarten age, preschool age, why they bite each other or bite their teachers, because kids have a thirst for blood and flesh. So it kind of explores that idea and then mixes it in with a murder mystery. My mom had this book and she goes, yeah, so this explores like children's just innate nature for like blood and flesh. I thought of you. This next book is really like if you're in junior high, but I got this from a little free library and I honestly just read this for pure entertainment. This is my shirt I got at Ringo. The fact that I saw a Beatle in concert, in person, in the flesh, and I've seen the Rolling Stones, and I got tickets last week to see Stevie Nicks at the Forum in December. Truly musical history. I've been very musically blessed with my concerts. Anyways, let's move on. I'll insert clips. This is gonna be posted before the Stevie Nicks concert, but when I go, I'll show you a clip of me just sobbing my eyes out to Gypsy and dedicating it to my best friend Z, because that's our song. Anyways, these neighbors that they have that never grow old, they like never age. So it's like a boy and a girl and they try to discover why they're weird. It's really good. Honestly, it's very like Frankenstein meets Stranger Things. Is The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. Screwtape, which is the devil's assistant, writes letters to some demon who is trying to move his way up in the ranks. Very deep. So deep that this is not an easy read. She's intense. This is reading about every moral issue that exists. So extraordinarily deep, and if you're feeling like you want to contemplate morality, there you go. I just got out of my poetry class and it was a day where I had a collection due, so it was I turned in 8 poems of mine and we talked about them for an hour and a half, so I'm feeling very self-centered, and I'm really sick and tired of talking about me. Because that was a lot. So, and also nobody cares. So let's move on. The book that I read is Surrender. This is the biography by Bono, the lead singer of U2. Really great. So entertaining. It's long, but I read this super fast because it was so entertaining. If you love music and music history and the process of being a songwriter, this is so interesting. And the way that lyrics and art interweaves with every single chapter relates to one of their songs. And it's beautiful and it's very interesting just hearing the behind the scenes of how one of the biggest rock bands ever got started. And the fact that he got in the band U2 and met his future wife in the same week when he was 14 years old. This is the last of the physical books I have, and this is my favorite book out of the whole video. I got this from a local bookstore that just opened actually right next to me, and it's the only bookstore in the entire town that I live in. I live in a beach town where there's nothing to do, so that's why. It is Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard Book. My mom has been trying to get me this book forever because she knows how much I would love it, and it makes me want to cry how much I love this. This was my favorite book I read all year in the past 10 years, 20 years, just kidding. No, but honestly, it was so good. If you don't know, Neil Gaiman is the author of Coraline. Incredible. It's about an orphaned infant when a serial killer comes in and murders his whole family and he somehow escapes. he gets adopted in by the ghosts and ghouls of a graveyard in his town, and he grows up a human being raised by ghosts and navigating that, and you know, falling in love with a girl, wanting to go to school, want to do like normal human things because he is a human, but he's being raised by, in this obviously incredible case. I love it. It's such a beautiful book about life, about adventure, and if you know anything about my style, those are my favorite themes, is about like growing up, nostalgia, romanticism, finding yourself, adventure. Those are my favorite themes in books and movies and music, all of it. Hashtag ribs by Lord. Read this. If there is anything you take away from this entire video, read the Graveyard Book. I wasn't gonna talk and now I'm talking. Okay, I'm reading a list of, these are the books that I don't have in person anymore, but that I talked about in my original video that I lost the footage to. Number 1, Narnia, I recently read. If you're wondering why I am 21, almost 22 years old just reading Narnia, there was a lot going on when I was a kid, okay? There was a lot, and I just never got to it. Read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, absolutely beautiful. I love its parallels to faith and Jesus Christ and the resurrection. Beautiful. Oh, I read 2 Agatha Christie's, Halloween Party, and then there were none. I read both of those when I was in London this summer. A few of these are actually ones that I read in London. I preferred Halloween Party. I'm not super into mysteries. I think that's what I realized in reading both of them. I kept wanting them to become supernatural, and those are human-based stories, which I understand and I appreciate. Iconic writer, iconic part of British history. Authentic, that is the biography by the inventor of Vans, the shoe brand. Loved this book. I actually read this on the plane to England. I grew up working in a shoe store in high school, and Vans was like our big thing. So like I just always was handling Vans, always buying Vans with my gift discount, and I've always loved skater culture. One of my favorite movies of all time is mid-90s for reasons I can't explain. Well, obviously it's a beautiful message in that movie, and love the romanticized, stylized imagery of Los Angeles in that film. Anyways, I've always been interested in skater culture, and so is like my dad and my family for some reason. The Color Purple, which is very different, is the next book that I read. I think it was probably my other favorite book of the entire year, one of the most important and powerful stories I've ever read in my life. I accompany it with watching the film. The Book of Gothel is the next book. My mom got this for me as a gift coming home from England. It is about Mother Gothel's backstory, the villain from Tangled, or the original story of Rapunzel. It was good, not my fate. Sherlock Holmes, I had never read it before, and when I was in England, obviously a very prominent part of British culture, and when I was there I wanted to enthrall and wrap myself in a warm blanket of everything in their culture. I read Sherlock Holmes, I didn't like it. I'm so sorry. If I liked everything though, that wouldn't be real. That wouldn't be genuine, you know? We can't like everything. I felt like it dragged. It was a little dry. The God Project, holy crackamonies. I would say if I said the Graveyard Book and The Color Purple and the God Project were my favorite of this whole collection, those are very different books. The God Project is by John Saul. He's a horror author, and you guys know how I feel about my horror. Loved this book. I honestly don't consider it horror, so if you're someone who doesn't like horror, I think you would still like it. It's very almost Stranger Things-y. It's kind of about an institution where kids are kidnapped and taken to this institution and monitored because of certain powers that they have. But it really focuses on 2 mothers from 2 different families. One has a little boy who gets abducted, and then one has a 6-month-old daughter who dies mysteriously, and they kind of come to figure out that they are linked. So good as a film or season of American Horror Story. By the way, it's American Horror Story, the season, Delicate, not good, although Kim is weirdly eating, but the American Horror Stories, the 1-episode series, that the standalone episodes, those have blown me away every single time. There is something so nostalgic and comforting about American Horror Stories, specifically thinking back to Murder House, Asylum, even Freak Show, which traumatized me when I was younger. I was in like late high school. But there is something so nostalgic about the original American Horror Story, and I feel like it's lost that, sadly, especially because all the original cast is pretty much gone, so it's not as enjoyable of an experience. and I feel like they've lost a lot of that core writing. I think that's what made the first season so good, is when you find out that Violet has been dead the whole time. I mean, think of something better. You know what I mean? American Horror Stories, the short stories, those are always so good because they tell a full story in one episode. I feel like Delicate is very dragged out, but American Horror Stories, they tell it in one episode and it leaves me, what? The tapeworm one, what? That is classic 1980s level sci-fi that I want in my life. You know what I mean? So freaking good. Anyways, this is a public assignment. Watch the new series of American Horror Stories if you haven't already. It was my favorite, I think. The one where she has the online best friend. I don't think I've ever felt more uncomfortable and gasped more at any show I've ever seen. That episode will make you extremely uncomfortable, but it was good. Like the writing and the suspense, it was classic horror. I felt scared the whole time. Although the ending was a little bit of a letdown because I was like, oh, come on, like I want something more demented than that. You can give it to me, Ryan Murphy. I need to stop talking right now. And then, sorry, I almost forgot my last one, Creativity Inc. I used to intern at a production company, and one of the producers recommended we all get this book and read it. It's very, very interesting, very good. It's written by the CEO of Pixar. They tell so many stories about the behind the scenes, stories I had never heard of the golden age of Pixar, you know, with Toy Story and Bug's Life and all those films. And then video probably, because I lost the original footage, is longer than it needs to be. Watch these films and read these books this month because I want to be consuming as much pop culture as possible. So my goal for this month was to watch Narcos. Listen, I came for the plot, and tell me why it sucked me in. I came for Pedro, and you know, big crush of mine. I'm going to watch Bottoms tonight. Me and my friends have been talking about how badly and desperately we wanted to see it, and I just love Rachel Sennett. I think she's hilarious, and I love what she's doing for the film industry. I think she's funny. My mom and me love little free libraries. If you guys have never seen one, I'm sure there's some in your area, but basically they're just little wooden houses out in front of people's homes where it's a book trading system. It's kind of a little hobby we do. And so it was always my mom's dream to have our own little free library in front of our house, and we actually won one at an event that I sang at the library. And we had one of my best friends, Z, who you guys have met. She's been on my channel multiple times. She's an incredible musician, an artist, an actress, one of the most talented, inspiring people I know. I could just talk about her for years, but she actually painted the LFL. I'm gonna put it up here to kind of like show you guys this. The side with the dog was inspired by my dog Sammy, and he has glasses to kind of pay homage to me and my glasses. I'm gonna show you these, and I didn't even do this on purpose with wearing my shirt. I didn't know I was gonna wear this shirt. But look how cute these ears, Hello Kitty ears, are that I got from Universal Studios. Like, I'm sorry, these are so cute. I decided to be Hello Kitty for Halloween to like save money. It came out really cute, and I wore it to all my classes and stuff that day and to work. But what was your guys' thoughts on Horror Nights? Like, what was your favorite maze this year? Literally comment, because I want to know. And this year I was so excited because they had Stranger Things, which you guys know my heart and my love deeply that runs for Stranger Things. And they had The Last of Us, because I recently watched The Last of Us, even though I know it came out a while ago, and I became uber obsessed with it, as you guys heard me talk about my crush in the first part of this video. So I was very excited about that. And The Last of Us actually ended up being my favorite maze because I think it had the coolest jump scares, it had the coolest sets, and it followed the show pretty accurately. And I loved the Joel and Ellie actors that they had. I'm sorry, that show without Joel, I don't know if I'll be tuning in. I love Christmas. Christmas is my time. So we're about to come up on my favorite time of year. Enjoy the holiday season. Take time to take care of yourself and just slow down a little bit in life. I think we all need that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.
Is it weird? Is it wrong to wanna sing the sad girl song once in a while? I know you'll miss that smile.